Let's talk about 3D printing with the MakerBot Sketch Classroom. I have two of these printers in my class, and I use these to produce things that will support the curriculum that I teach in science class. These printers really are workhorses. They're effective, they're efficient, they're reliable, and they're so quiet while they're printing. We're going to talk about how to set them up and also how to get started. So these printers are really easy to set up. They're really well packaged. So when you receive your printer, then you just take the materials off that are packaging, the bubble wrap and tape and things like that, and it's basically ready to go. You just need to get the filament started, get it loaded, and find a file so that you can print something. This even comes with some different sample prints. So I was able to print like a little small cube. And that was just sort of a test print to get everything started and make sure I knew how to operate this printer. There are several things that you can do in order to get files. So the printer, the sketch printer, comes with some sample files that are built into the internal memory, but also you can do a few other things. If you want something in particular that you want to print out, you can look on Thingiverse, and it's a repository for a lot of different types of files. So I found trilobites on there and all kinds of things that I can use in my science classroom. But one thing that I was looking for was a desktop organizer, and I didn't find the exact kind of organizer that I wanted to print on Thingiverse. So I went to Tinkercad and I designed one myself. So I use these kind of these little shapes here, and I made them into these little beehives where they interconnected. And I want students to be able to put colored pencils and glue sticks and things like that in here for when we use projects in class, and maybe some sticky notes. And so I wanted to have different heights of these little honeycombs, and I also wanted to have some different shapes that could hold different types of materials. So I pieced all those together in Tinkercad, and then I downloaded that file so that I could print it. But I also uploaded it to my account on Thingiverse, and that way anybody else who wants to print something similar can download my file and can be able to print that as well. Well, one thing that I really like doing that's very creative is taking two-dimensional drawings, little illustrations, and converting those into something that can be 3D printed. And it's really easy to do. So my daughter, who is 4, she loves drawing Mickey Mouse. So she had this cute little drawing of Mickey Mouse, and I thought, wouldn't it be so fun to be able to print that out? So I took a picture of it with my phone, and I uploaded it to a program online where I could just remove the background. So that allowed me to take out all of these lines. And that left me with just this kind of hollow Mickey Mouse shape. So then I took that image that had the background removed, and I went to a website that would convert the JPEG into an SVG file. And there are lots of different programs online that will allow you to do that. And so after it converted it to a SVG, that allowed it to have these vectors. And that image, that SVG, was then imported into Tinkercad. And as you can see here, this is the Tinkercad work plane. I was able to put these ovals behind it because I wanted this Mickey Mouse to be on some Christmas ornaments. So I wasn't quite sure if I wanted it to be a solid indentation into the Christmas ornament or if I wanted it to be three-dimensional popping up off of the Christmas ornament. So I did one of both. And so this one is raised, and this one has an area where it's indented, kind of like a mold. And it's so fun to be able to take these illustrations and to create something three-dimensional based on that. So as the 3D printer works, what it starts off doing is it deposits this little anchor initially, and this is just kind of a discard line that gets the filament flowing through the extruder, and then it lays down a raft. So a raft helps with adhesion to hold whatever is being printed to the build plate, and that just helps to keep everything adhered so that it's staying still while it's printing. So this example is Stitch. I wanted to print out one of these little guys because why not? So I found this file in Thingiverse and I downloaded it and I imported that into MakerBot Print so I could set up all the parameters that I wanted. So it's printing out the raft first, and then it builds one layer at a time. So it builds up vertically, and these layers are really thin. So it just goes back and forth and fills it in to the specifications that you initiate in MakerBot Print. And then a couple hours later, you end up having a stitch. So there's lots of different things you can do to start your prints and to get your prints going on the 3D printer. Through the Sketch, you can use a USB, so it has a USB port, and you can use a flash drive just to be able to install your file from the MakerBot print onto the USB so that you can 3D print it. So that's one way. You can also use Wi-Fi in order to do this. And I literally have been cooking dinner before and 3D printing at the same time and kind of monitoring my 3D print because they have these cool little cameras that are built into the Sketch printers. And so you can watch your print literally being produced as you're in another room or even another location. You just need to be able to connect to Wi-Fi. For students and teachers, there's also the cloud print. And so this is the option for students to be able to share their prints with teachers through remote learning or through a Wi-Fi setting. So using MakerBot Print is really easy. You import your file, whether it's from Thingiverse or from Tinkercad, from wherever you have your file designed, and then you just adjust the parameters. So there's lots of different variables that you can modify. You can scale it up or down and get the appropriate size for your printer. You can also make sure that there's a raft. You can put supports. So if you have something that has kind of an overhang that needs to be supported while it's being printed, you can add those supports and then you can remove the supports easily after it has been printed. So there's lots of different variables that you can adjust. You can use some of the pre-built specifications, or you can modify your own in being able to look at the print speed and temperature and things like that. But when I print, I just leave all those variables alone and just use the ones that come preset for you. The control panel on the Sketch printer is a touchpad, and it's very easy to use. My 4-year-old daughter loves starting prints. So it's really easy. You can just tap on print or material or settings, and you're able to get to lots of different things from these 3 options. You can get to the point where you're able to load or unload filament and all kinds of things. And when you get to selecting your print on this top button, then you're able to select whether it's an internal print or if you're printing through a USB. And after I did that, here's my little stitch, and it shows you the progression of how long it's taking to print your particular object. The filament that is used is primarily PLA, it's polylactic acid, and it's a substance that is a bioplastic, so it smells sweet when it prints because it's cornstarch based. But the Sketch printers can also run tough, and this MakerBot tough material is similar to ABS. It's very tough, durable material, and for long-term projects where you might need to have some tensile strength, this would be a good option for you. So the Sketch printers can run on either one of these. To load the filament, it's really easy. So the filament spools look like this, and there's an external cartridge here, so you just attach it to the printer on the outside, and this cover just snaps on and off. It's magnetic, and when you get the spool put on onto the little axle here, the filament is just going to go upwards, and it goes into this little gear. So it's really neat to be able to see that. And this is the cover that is over top of that. So that cover is removable, so you can make sure that you're putting the filament into the right place. And then it automatically starts feeding in. And then eventually it will start being deposited from the extruder. So to remove your print, it's really easy. One cool thing about these build plates is that they're flexible. So when your print is done, then you can remove this build plate. You can use a tool like a spatula to be able to lift it off, or like a paint palette or something like that, a palette knife, excuse me. So you can use that to lift off your print, or you can simply just kind of wiggle it and the print will pop off. So that's the basics of the Sketch classroom setup and the printer. They're fun to use. It's time to start printing.